Hello, everybody, and welcome to an all new edition of Wrestling's Road Trip After Hours. I'm your host, Mac Davis, along with WWE Hall of Famer and another award we're going to talk about in just a minute, Mr. Teddy Long. How you doing, Teddy?
Hey, I'm good, man. Thank you so very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Man, we're going to show you in just a little while what happened in St. Louis when Teddy got his special award that you'll find out about in just a few moments. Teddy, we started out with that video open, reminding people to please donate and help the victims of those storms. And yeah, and what a beautiful award too. I never saw that night. I saw him hand it to you, and that was it, Teddy. Yes. But yeah, that's a beautiful award, man. The Lifetime Achievement Award 2025 for the St. Louis Wrestling Hall of Fame, and very special guy inducted him. We'll talk about him as well in just a few moments. But Teddy, let's talk about the start of the trip heading to St. Louis. Brother, we get on the plane, and one of the first things we hear from the pilot is beautiful weather in St. Louis, partly sunny, looks like a nice day. We get up in the plane, nice, easy ride, no problems at all. The only problem I had was I was stuck in a middle seat, and I had two fat people. I don't know if you can say fat. I don't know if it's not politically correct, I'm sorry, but they were two rather large people on both sides of me. So I'm like, this is a sardine in a can. And we get to St. Louis. Now we circle the airport and it go round and round and round to the point where I started watching the map on the plane to make sure if I was just going crazy. And I watched this go around the airport 5 times. I knew something wasn't right. The pilot, not saying a word, makes this descent into St. Louis. Teddy, what a turbulent ride, man. I felt my stomach 10 feet over my head at times. It was one of the craziest rides I've ever been through to get down on the ground. And once we got down on the ground, every single phone on that airplane has that warning signal going off on their phones. It sounds like the end of the world has just hit. Everybody's phones are going crazy. And then the pilot comes on and says, we have to remain on the tarmac because of a tornado that's passing by. So we couldn't even get to our gate. Teddy, that was crazy, crazy shit. I'm just going to tell you that was exciting. I didn't really care. I wasn't worried about my safety at all. I think you and I even said this. In my mind, I was like, well, at least we're on the ground. The worst that can happen, we get flipped over. That's the only thing. But the hail was hitting the plane. The wind was moving us around. Just a crazy flight.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. Like I said, I've been on one that was a little bit worse than that. So,
Ooh.
yeah, it's pretty bad up there, because like I said, those guys don't know what's happening. Like you said, we took off. Guy says great weather
Yeah.
in St. Louis, nice and sunny. So they have no idea what's happening up there, man. That's God's call. So, I'm just thankful that we were able to land and nobody on the plane, got hurt or got during that turbulence.
Yeah, because a lot of damage happened in the St. Louis area. It was St. Louis, Kentucky, and Virginia, I believe, were the areas that really got tore up by these storms. In fact, the tornado that we were avoiding was the one that went through downtown St. Louis. In the metro areas, which is rather odd. So, just a horrible time with weather. And Teddy, Herb Simmons, Nick Ridenour, all those people worked so hard to put on the SICW event. And I got to tell you, I felt bad for him because I knew Friday night, as I kept hearing about the damage and I kept hearing about the power outages in the area, I had a sneaking suspicion that Saturday was not going to be as big as it could have been. And I really think that's the case. We had a good turnout, but the local people, and Teddy, I told you this when we were there, I couldn't leave my home. If I had the power out and the damage going on, the last thing I got time to do is be able to go do a wrestling thing. I've got to take care of business at home.
Yeah, I wouldn't leave my home either.
No.
So, that's what it was. Like I said, that weather was pretty there. Even some people lost their lives there, six or
Yes.
seven people. So I think that certainly had a lot to do with it because, like I said, anybody in their mind, they got to stay and see about their home before into some wrestling event. But hopefully, sorry for those kids lose their lives and anybody else, was able to survive that and God bless them.
And Herb and Nick and everybody else involved, you guys did a tremendous job like you do every single year. Just unfortunate that Mother Nature decided to be a bitch that weekend. Let's see, Plot Twist Jones saying, hey guys, hey Plot, good to see you in here.
Well, what kind of twist are you trying to plot?
Pretty classy lady, glad to be back.
All right, we're glad to have you back.
She said, I missed the last couple lives. Oh, yeah, the live shows. I got you. Yeah. Now, Teddy, do you know Pretty Classy Lady?
No, I don't know her.
Okay, she seems like a nice lady. Let's see, Falls Count Everywhere. These guys are fantastic. Good to see both of you back in St. Louis this past weekend at SICW FanFest 3. And Teddy, I know you had a chance to drop on the show and talk to them during their podcast while in St. Louis. What did you guys talk about? I didn't even ask you that.
Really nothing to say hello to.
We talked about nothing.
Really nothing. I just stopped by to say hello to them and, just told them, of all of them and just, give them a big shout out. And that was about it.
Yeah, these guys treated us really well while we were there. I was on the show for about 15 minutes with them. I enjoyed it, as a matter of fact. I do so many of these different things, and Teddy, I know you do too, that occasionally you come across a show like Falls Count Everywhere, and it felt like home because you could just talk to these guys. You're talking wrestling. You can disagree, but still get along just fine, which is what happened when I was there. I was totally disagreeing with some of the comments about heels and the business and everything else, but it was a fun time. Good show, guys. And we look forward to seeing you again next time because they've been there every year like we have, Teddy. Let's see. Plot Twist. Also, no, I don't. Nice. I don't know what that means, Teddy.
No, I don't know.
Let's see. We also have Irvin, Mike LaRue. Hey, Mac and Teddy. Good to see you, brother.
Hey, what's going on, player?
Let's see. Falls Count Anywhere popping in again. Mac was the meat between Texas toast. Yeah, look at it. You got to watch that show if you pull it up on YouTube. When I was there, we had a good time. Plot Twist saying I'm fat. Call it what it is.
Okay, man.
And let's see, Stephen Bruce. Hi, Teddy. How are you today?
Hey, my man. Doing all right, Steve. We just hanging in here, player.
Man, we got a ton of them coming in here. Pretty classy lady. I'm glad everybody was safe. We appreciate that. And again, if you can help in those areas where those storms took place, please donate or do whatever you can to help those families out. Let's see, Mike in here. I think the plan should go the plane probably should go one-on-one with the Undertaker. And let's see, Tim Johns. Mac brought the tornado. I kind of
I agree with that. Yeah, now you're exactly right, sir. Yes, sir, he did.
Look here, I do want to, for those of you who are tuning in right now and you want to see, let me mention this first. If you want to get your questions in for after what we're about to show you, make sure you get those questions into us right now. When we come back from this video, we'll be taking those questions and live here on the show. But for right now, I do want to take you to Teddy's induction with a Lifetime Achievement Award at the St. Louis Wrestling Hall of Fame. Take a look at this. The St. Louis Wrestling Hall of Fame is proud to present this year's Lifetime Achievement Award to Teddy Long. If there was ever a recipient to receive the Lifetime Achievement Award, it would be Teddy Long. Teddy's parents were non-existent, and Teddy fell prey to the streets, and trouble soon followed. Determined not to be a victim, Teddy got himself straight and began working for singer James Brown. During that time, Teddy found his way to professional wrestling, hanging out with Tommy Rich and Abdullah the Butcher and many others, and ran errands for the boys. Eventually, Dusty Rhodes saw something in Teddy, and he asked him to join the booking meetings. From there, he would become a referee and a manager. Teddy would end up working in the WWE, where Vince McMahon hired him as a referee, but later realized there was much more to Teddy Long's talents. Teddy would go on to become the longest reigning SmackDown manager in WWE history.
I am the Godfather of World Championship Wrestling. We're back up in the heezy, sheezy. Boom.
Shake, shake, shake the room.
Homie, don't play that.
Dollar bill.
With his undeniable talents, Teddy Long would be entered into the WWE Hall of Fame in 2017. Congratulations to Teddy Long, this year's recipient of the Lifetime Achievement Award.
Where the fans at? Get up by your seat, let your body move. Cowboys and cowgirls, they're feeling the groove. Sipping on moonshine, fire barrel rolling. I'ma get behind that thing, girl, and hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. Got my boots on the ground. Yes, sir. Lord, have mercy. Oh, oh, oh. Got my boots on the ground. Fans, please. I hope you got good knees, cause we gon' get it up. Everybody's dancing to that juke joint love. Hold on to your wig, hold on to your man, cause the steppers in that building, y'all, and they throwing the fan. Come on. Oh, 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 oh. Got my boots on the ground. Yeah. Where them fans? Where them fans at? Where them fans at? Where them fans at? Oh, 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 oh.
And we all say holla holla. Welcome to this time, the Lifetime Achievement Award recipient, Mr. Teddy Long, here to help you in the election. Yours and the induction honors is none other than another great legend of our business. Put your hands together for Mr. Jerry Briscoe.
Now I see why Greg Valentine did it from the outside. It's hell of a lot easier to get thrown out of these damn things. How you doing? Uh-oh. Let me tell you something about Teddy Long. You know, they asked me to do this, and I said, are you kidding? I'd love to the idea when we introduced Teddy Long. It goes way back. My brother was a huge fan of Teddy's. I don't know if there was anybody who knew that. Teddy knew that. Yeah, Jack loves Teddy, and Teddy loves Jack. Well, I asked Teddy's podcast partner to give me some notes to try to refresh my memory. He gave me 15 pages. He wanted me to move out this damn arena. In 1932, Teddy Long sent the arena with Great Collins. That was his name. In 1936, these were the messages that back gave me to talk about Teddy Long. Now I ain't going to talk about that. Everybody knows that. I'm going to talk about the greatest wrestler's court of all time, when Teddy was accused of selling Niagara as the great Teddy Long would say. To my boys, after he was going to get clean from the doctor, sit down the road and go, hey, let's go to that Viagra, help me out tonight. Teddy was run the wrestler's court. And he was convicted, by the way. And his mind was to buy beer for John Lazo, Matt to buy beer for John Lazo, and Ron Simpson took his dark paycheck from the month.
Fried chicken, too.
Everybody, we got that cheap-ass Kentucky Fried Chicken, he go to no jail or anything like that.
But you like it, too.
And then look, this is the guy that left the great Ron Simmons on the side of the road in that blizzard. And we're going in the middle of Jersey, down the Jersey Turnpike, find somebody hit Teddy on the shoulder. see Ron Simmons look like Frosty the Snowman sitting there. With snow coming off of his mustache, snow coming off of his head, and steam just bellowing out of his head here. This is the Teddy Long that you put into the Hall of Fame. Not only that, he was accused and convicted of selling pictures of John Layfield. Imagine this young man from Georgia selling a redneck John Layfield picture with Charles White, the Godfather, Teddy Long, who else was in there? Ron Simmons was in there too. He selling pictures trying to take credit for him. So this is the type of guy that we welcome into our Hall of Fame party. What are you thinking when John Layfield said, Herbie there, he officiated the first Abraham Lincoln Stephen A. Douglas draft.
First of all, I tell a few stories. Won't be long. I know I won't cut this off. I want to thank each and every one of you. Because if it had not been for each and every one of you, I would not be where I am today. So I want to personally thank each and every one of you. I want to tell you something about Joe Briscoe. I first went to work in WWF, and after I'd been there for a while, one day I was walking down the hall, and Jerry stopped me and he pulled me to the side. And Jerry said to me, he said, Teddy Long, he said, the old man loves you. And excuse my language, kids, he said, but don't fuck this up. Well, after 8, 6, 7 years, I went in the Hall of Fame. I come out of the Hall of Fame, Jerry was sitting there. I walked right up to him, I said, Jerry, I didn't fuck this up. So, to be going in the WWE Hall of Fame, that was great. Thank everybody there. Thank Vince McMahon. He's the one that done that. But I also want to thank Herb Simmons. You know, I've known Herb for quite, well, not a long time, a short time, but I had no idea that he had an interest in me to want to put me in something and give me a Lifetime Achievement Award. So Herb Simmons, thank you so very much. I want to thank some guys that I worked with. I had the opportunity to work with over my whole career. Shane Douglas, one of the guys back here I want to thank. Bill Alfonso, I don't know whether he's still here, but he's one of the guys I had the opportunity to work with. Tito Santana, I didn't know him, but I knew he was one of us, so I gave the chance to make myself known, and I went over and I started talking to Tito. So thank you, sir, for letting me give me the opportunity to work in this world. So that's basically all I got to say. Zach Davis, I want to thank him. Me and him been working together on our podcast, Road Trip After Hours, been great. And I just got Rick and Robin, Rock and Roll Express. Golly, I had the opportunity to work with him. So I just want to thank these guys that gave me the opportunity to let me come into the wrestling world and to survive it and make it to where I am today. St. Louis, thank y'all very much. Holla at him. Oh yeah, man. Yeah, thank you guys very much.
No wonder your promos went overdime every time.
Yeah, well, hey, thank you guys. Thank you.
There we go, Teddy. What a great time this weekend. I got to tell you, you and Gerald, you two are funny as hell. I was cracking. You can hear me in the background, that camera. Usually I don't laugh when I'm recording. I couldn't help it. I was just busting a stitch. But you guys were fantastic.
We used to do that at work too. You know, I'm in the gorilla position. That's where he'd be, and I'd start messing with him up there. We always had something going on, man. Gerald was what a hell of a nice guy, man.
Yeah, man. Let me tell you too. They had asked me to say a few words before you got your award, and I said no. I really wanted it to be somebody from Teddy's past, and I knew who it was going to be, and immediately I knew because he was going to be there. Gerald Briscoe, if I asked him, he would do it in a heartbeat, and he did. And I told him, I said, I know how much Teddy thinks of you, and it's the same way. He thinks a lot of you too, Teddy. I don't know if you tell each other that or not, but both.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, that's good. That's good because you two are just two great guys. I had a blast sitting down with Gerald off and on throughout the entire weekend. That man's funny as hell. I'm sorry, he's just funny. He's fun to hang out with.
And like I said, what let me knew that he was on my side, as so to speak, is he didn't have to pull me off to the side and tell me nothing.
No, he didn't.
Okay, but he pulled me off and told me that you got it, don't mess it up. Okay, so that's all he can do.
Yep,
and he didn't nobody else tell me that, and there was a lot of other people knew too.
Oh yeah, but he was going to make sure to look out for you. That's something you can't forget. Herb Simmons popping in saying, "Hello, gentlemen. Thanks for this past weekend." Herb, thank you. We appreciate it, my friend. We had a great time. I wish the weather would have been a little bit nicer for us.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, Herb, and thank you so much, man. Thank you once again. Thank you very, very much.
All right, let's see. Eric back in here. You guys go on wrestling and road trips? How did you land that job? We're just that smart. Let's see what else we got here. Pretty classy lady. My question for today is, Teddy, who created the idea for the 5-minute white boy challenge?
Vince McMahon.
And I would never have thought that. I would have thought maybe you brought that to him, but he came to you with that idea, huh?
I did bring that to him. He knew what happened to me in WCW, so he just did.
Well, that's smart. He's listening, and he knows where entertainment can be found. All right. Let's see. The 40 ounce C-Dub. Hey, brother, good to see you in here. Teddy, would you sign for an A reboot of Legends House if they ever done one? And who would be your choice of castmates? I guess if they put together that Legends House again for another run, and I enjoyed that show, by the way. Would you do that?
Well, yeah. I'd love to be in the house with JBL and Ron Simmons.
Oh, man, could you imagine?
Yeah.
And, I'm sitting here thinking, now that you mentioned that, Teddy, there's no reason.
And let's don't leave him out.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you've got a whole bunch of those guys where, you always got in trouble or something, and nobody is quiet of the bunch. Everybody's got something to say, so that makes it even better. That'd be a great show. I'm surprised you haven't been approached about that yet, because that is, actually, it's a really good idea. Let's see. We have a pretty classy lady again. Congratulations again, Teddy. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Let's see. Herb popping back in. Holla Player was very deserving of the Lifetime Achievement Award and more. And I agree. Thank you, Herb. Let's see what else we got here. Eric, thanks, Teddy, for always showing love for Sid Udy. In loving memory of Sid Udy, 1960 through 2024.
Yes.
All right, let's see what else we got here. We got a few in here. We got a lot of congratulations. We got Urban, saying well deserved, and we also have congratulations from him. We also get in here. Is this who oh my God. Okay, Lucky P. Larson has made his way into the room. This is the first for the show, and Lucky P. Larson. He says, I admit that one of the highlights of the Fan Fest for me was seeing Teddy dance just a bit for the boys in the locker room before he left for the night. I didn't even see that. You must have snuck back there when I wasn't there.
Can't see everything.
Look here. I can tell you this, that Lucky is one of those guys. He's fun to screw with, but he's good at what he does. It's good to see him still working out there. False count everywhere. We did get player. Congratulations once again, Teddy.
Thank you very much, player.
Let's see. Yeah, Teddy is underappreciated. This is cool. And I agree with that. There's so many things that people, if they knew about Teddy, would be even more impressed by his life. Let's see what else we got here. False count everywhere. Don't get out of the vehicle if it's snowing and Teddy's driving. Yeah, that. Michael Steele, holla holla, congrats, Teddy, well deserved.
Well, thank you, Michael, and happy Father coming up.
And let's see, Plot Twist Jones, that was awesome. Let's see, Herb Simmons, great job, Mac and Teddy. You guys are great. Herb, we appreciate it very much. Yeah, and hopefully you got those videos out to the family so that I sent you that were asking about it. Let's see what else we got here. Plot twist. Teddy, remember when someone was going to pick you or a booker to be the GM of SmackDown? Vince came out, crowd went nuts. He picked Vicky. Then the crowd wouldn't let her talk because of the booze. Booze being
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I remember that.
Did you feel like when you realized that the fans did not like that decision, did you think to yourself, hey, I should have gone the other direction?
No, that's great. That's great. That Vicky had the most heat of everybody, man. That was absolutely great.
Yeah, Vicky does. I haven't seen Vicky at a recent show in the last year or so. Have you seen her lately?
Oh, I saw it. I went to do something with WWE in Seattle, and they in Seattle. So that's the last time I saw her.
Let's see. We got time for just a couple more here. Zach popping in. Teddy and Mac, what was one of the best things that you took away from SICW FanFest 3? Teddy, how about you?
Well, what I took away from it is, just the way everything was ran. Everything was just so on time. Everybody, was organized. I mean, it was just top of the line. And that's all I can say. I mean, Herman's has been, and Nick Ridnour, they've been doing a hell of a job there, putting that together every year. So I took a lot from it, man. And I think these guys, this is just the beginning for them. This is going to be real big.
Yeah, this is something that I look forward to. I say this every time. Every year, this is one of my favorites. This event for the last 3 years has been my favorite because of the way that it's handled. Everything is so professional. Like you said, Teddy, everything's on time. The fans, the guests, everybody together is just fun to hang around. Let me give you an example. On the night after, on Saturday night, we sat down to have dinner. Now, here, listen to the table of what we had at the table. I had me and Teddy were there. Robert Gibson from Rock and Roll Express was there. We had Mr. Hughes was there. Gerald Briscoe. Am I leaving anybody out here, Teddy?
No, that's it.
Yeah, and you talk about a sit down at a table just talking about different things during dinner and a wealth of knowledge. It is a blast. It's that kind of environment where you can be around these people and get to know them on the real level and not the show level. And it's really cool, which is why I love this event every single year. If you get a chance to do it next year, if there's an SICW FanFest 4, if that happens, go to SICW.org and get your tickets early, because I promise you it's one of the events you will thoroughly enjoy. Let's see what else we got here. Zach, a great organization. And once again, thank you, Mac, for swinging by Falls Count everywhere and hanging out with me, sir. Zach, I appreciate that. And I did see a note that you put up on X, I think it was, saying that it was one of the 3 top highlights of yours was over the weekend was working with me for about 15 minutes. I appreciate that. It's nice to know that you get noticed out there. And Teddy, he knows, I do a lot of things.
Does this guy drink?
I think he was drunk when I was there. Yeah, that's part of the problem, probably.
Yeah, because where he got that from, by putting you over, he heavy medication.
Hey, babe, look here. I was in the top 3. He had, let's see, meeting Rikishi, meeting Devon, and working with me was his top 3 things for the weekend.
Oh, he's on something.
Yeah. I'll take just make sure you get that check to my Cash App or just send the money, whatever you want to do is easy.
There you go.
Teddy, we're out of time. I'd say pick a question, but I don't know that we really had any real questions. We had a couple in there. Let me see. Unless you got one that you can already think of. I know pretty classy.
Well, I think what we'll do then, like you said, we really didn't have a question. So why don't we do this? Why don't we make the pretty classy lady more prettier than, let's get her a shirt.
And you get one of those. Just like Teddy's got on right there. He's got one as well. So we'll send that out. That's our brand new design, and we'll make sure to get that out for you. All right, Teddy, I'm out of here. I got to go find something to clean. I'm sure I got something waiting on me. It's a chore, honeydew.
I'm sure you do.
Honeydews, brother.
Hey, thank you, everybody. Thank you. Okay, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you right here next week. And we're getting ready for Jacksonville. River
City Wrestling Con. Yeah.
River City Wrestling. Get that messed up
It's going to
every
be in
year,
St.
but y'all know.
Augustine. Yeah, be in St. Augustine. And that's another one of these good shows, too, by the way. And last year, Teddy, how many stars were there? There was a boatload.
Well, they had at least about 3 guys.
Oh, I think they had more than that last year. It was a bunch of folks, but it's really a great event. It's in St. Augustine. That comes up on, Teddy, I'm trying to do it off the top of my head, June 8th. Does that sound correct? I think that's the weekend of June 8th.
I believe it is.
Yeah,
too.
and but a fantastic time. You can go to River City Wrestling Con and find out more information about that. And of course, we'll tell you more because we'll be broadcasting from there as well. So we're looking forward.
That's right.
All right, Teddy, I'll see you again next week, my friend.
All right. Holla, holla, holla.